Keeps on taking away, burning up every day. Oh, yeah. Keeps on taking away, burning up every day.
Okay, mense. Here's the introduction to my little session. Welcome to Maths Lit, grade 12, and we will be doing a tax question today. Tax is paid to government. Okay, from where? From our salaries. From salaries. Okay, that is the main. It's direct tax. I'm teaching that in grade 8 also now. We are referring to direct tax as money from salaries, and indirect tax is money that comes from goods and services, which is value added tax, or VAT as we know it. When you do the calculation for the annual income, there are certain incomes that you need to consider as the following. Okay, it is wages, it is salary, it is bonuses, and it is overtime, and also it is our commissions, very important commissions. So very important, write this down please. Do not use salary only unless stated. Okay, very important. You need to think of all your income when you are doing your annual income. Are we good? Okay, so people, the second thing that you need to do is you need to consider your deductions. Now, deductions are as follows. Okay, the deductions is your UIF, which is 1% of annual salary. Okay, and then we have a pension, which is 7.5% of annual salary. Okay, are we good, people? So those are all deductions that you need to do. Those are sort of given. Okay, then we have a child support. So in the scenario whether the person is divorced and paying child support, that is also part of your deductions. And then also your any donations that you make to organizations is also part of your deductions. Okay, so when you talk about the tax threshold, we're talking about a person that is earning a certain amount of money that allows them not to pay tax. Okay, it is normally less than. So if you're earning less than a certain amount, then you don't pay tax. Okay, if earning less than a certain amount. Okay, so the certain amount, it will be given in the scenario. Okay, this amount given in scenario. Then we go into the tax table. Tax brackets. Okay, the tax brackets, because now once we have this number here, okay, we need to take that number and consider how much tax we are going to pay and in which bracket it falls under. Okay, so you need to consider the tax. Okay, and then when you have found the tax bracket, then you do what the tax bracket says, and it will normally give you a fixed amount plus a percentage of the remaining amount in interval. Okay, that this is like the trickiest part of this whole thing, to know how to get this value. Okay, so once we get that, then we need to do our rebates. Okay, so rebates is, I explained to my class, always discount on tax. Okay, so it is a minusing of money from the amount of tax that you must pay. And simply because it is because you are fit enough to work, your age is still fine. And as soon as you get to an age that is required to offer a bit more, when you are 70, then you get taxed less. It's almost like the government thanks you for still working after you're 65. So they give you a discount on your tax. Okay, so that is secondary rebate and tertiary rebate if you are older than 75. So it's discount on tax, and then also we get medical medical tax credit. Okay, and this is like the government telling you, they thanking you for looking after your own health, so they give you a rebate on your tax, they give you a discount on your tax. Okay, so this will work with first dependent. Okay, and that is normally the main member. Okay, um, sorry, the taxpayer is the main member, and then your first dependent will be either your wife, or if you are single, then you're only paying for the main member. If you are single but you have a child, then they will be part of the first dependent component as well. Okay, so just understand that once you get the tax that you are supposed to pay, you still have to calculate a discount on that based on your age and also based on how well you take care of your health. So if you don't have medical aid, then you don't get this tax, this rebate. Okay, but this is the process. You will always look at tax coming from your salaries. You're looking at those incomes, okay? And also, please don't only use salary. Always think of all the other monies that you get in. Then, very important, your deductions is UIF and also pension, and those are the two main ones. And then child support and donations is they they're gonna test you if if you know whether that is deductions or not. Okay, so just bear in mind that if they throw you a curveball, I know that in paper two they might even ask you child support and donations. Okay, and then we go to the taxable income. How do we find the taxable income? It is annual income minus deductions. So it's that number. It's basically step one minus step two. Okay, and that's taxable income. Then just knowing this information, um, will maybe clarify certain things for you. Um, if there's a scenario where they say that this person is earning less than 70,000 Rand in a year, then you know that they don't pay tax. And I think most domestic workers, if they are earning less than 70,000 Rand a year, they don't pay tax. So they don't have tax numbers and they don't have to go to SARS and do their annual tax. Okay, so then we go to number 5, which is your tax bracket. And this is the calculation of the tax, and we'll get the tax for the year, which is annual tax. If you need the monthly tax, and the question asks you for monthly tax, and you just take that number and divide by 12. Very important. Okay, so Before you, so if for example you have a rebate and you want to do the monthly, you must first do your rebates and stuff and then divide by 12. So just that little step there, be aware of that. Okay, if they don't ask you for rebates, there's no rebates, then you just take a divide by 12. But if there are rebates, you rebate first and then you divide by 12. Very important. Okay, and then rebates is done, and then you give your final answer in terms of whether the question is asking you for monthly or annual tax payment.
So, what is this? Okay. So that is the annexure for the tax rate. So here is the question. Annexure C. Annexure C shows the tax rate for individuals for
Get that switch in. Hack zone.